So Motorola is kicking off hot foldable summer with a whole new model this year, the Ultra. So this is a new model that sits on top of the Plus and the regular Razr that have been around a few years now. It's got a big 4-inch outer screen just like the Plus. So what makes it Ultra? I'm glad you asked. It has an AI button. We'll get back to that in a little bit. But it also has a Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset, which is the top tier chipset of choice right now on Android phones. There are not one, not two, but 3 50 megapixel cameras. That's including the ultra wide and the selfie camera, plus a new main camera. The inner screen is 7 inches, which is just a little bit bigger. It's actually a little sharper and brighter than previous versions. It's 1224p versus 1080p, and it goes up to 4,500 nits versus 3,000. But forget all that. The important thing is it comes in a wood finish, and I love it. I think it looks great, and it's super fun. It's like the old Moto X. And if wood isn't your thing, there's something called alcantara. You can get that finish. It's an Italian fabric that feels a little bit like suede. You may have seen it in a Microsoft Surface, and it's also used in cars, I guess. So it all comes at a very ultra price, which is $12.99. That's a lot of money, but it's the price of ultra, I guess. So the Razr Plus and the regular Razr are back, and they're a lot like last year's models. The regular Razr still has a smaller 3.6-inch screen, but all 3 models, including the Ultra, has a new titanium hinge. This is supposedly 4 times stronger than the previous stainless steel version. It also reduces the crease when you open up the screen. It's way less noticeable, and running my finger over it, I can actually barely feel it. It's kind of spooky. So all 3 phones have an IP48 rating. That means they're fully water resistant, just like last year's models, and you can dunk them in some water and they'll be fine. But an IP58 rating would mean it has some official dust protection, and we don't have that here. There's really no foldable out there that has full dust protection. It's just really tough with the moving hinge to seal it up against all dust and particles. So not a thing we have right now, maybe one day. Back to that AI button. Of course, there's a ton of AI on all 3 of these phones. The Ultra has its own button. The other ones don't, but they all get access to Moto AI. And honestly, I think there are some features here that don't sound terrible. There's something called Remember This, and you can think of this in the same realm as like pixel screenshots or Nothing's Essential Space. And it's a way to take a screenshot or a picture and save it and then be able to ask questions about it later. Could be kind of handy, honestly. We didn't get to see it in action, but there's something called Catch Me Up. Hopefully that works out better for Moto than it did on the Humane AI pin. But the idea is you ask the phone to catch you up on the notifications that have come in while you're busy doing something, and it saves you some time in scrolling. There's some slightly more gimmicky stuff like an image creator, which is a lot like what we've seen on Pixel phones and iPhones, where you give it a text prompt, or you can even sketch something and it'll use AI to generate some art for you. Moto AI is kind of running on top and is the user interface for all this, but there's a lot of AI partners involved below that. There's Perplexity, there's Gemini, of course. You can use Copilot on this phone. Moto AI is free for now. We don't know if they're going to charge in the future for it, but you do get some free trials of Perplexity and Gemini's like pro accounts with the phones. In the meantime, the Razr Plus is still $9.99 and the regular Razr is priced at $6.99. So no inflation there, I guess. Pre-orders start on May 7th and all the phones will be available on May 15th. So that was Motorola. It was kind of a minor update from a hardware perspective. Definitely some new colors and finishes, plenty of AI, of course. Maybe a little bit of a light update, but honestly, I'm into the new finishes and splashy colors. I think it's fun and phones can be fun. Let's have fun phones again. Thanks for watching. Definitely check out theverge.com. We've got a lot of hands-on details and photos from the Motorola event I personally took 1,000 photos of the wood grain Motorola Razr Ultra, and you should go look at every one of them because it's beautiful.